guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be taking a look at the set I got from the 99-cent store for $14.99, so not 99 cents quite, but anyways, let's jump into the review. So first, if we look at this packaging, we have some sort of Tyrannosaur on the side, dinosaur playset, a dromaeosaur, I'm guessing, and then if we move over to the side, it has some sauropod on the side, and on the side it has, I have no idea, probably either a Proceratosaurus or an Ornitholestes. Just seeing by how old this art kind of looks, I guess more like Ornitholestes. Then we have the Jurassic World Gallimimus. Some random Pteranodon up here. This guy, which I actually don't know what that is. The sauropod again. In the Walking with Dinosaurs 3D Gorgosaurus. So, that's very interesting. On the bottom, there's nothing, not too much, but I'll show off this. So if anyone wants to be able to see it. Yeah, there's that. And then the top, nothing really too crazy. It's just kind of clear with dinosaur playset. But, yeah, let's jump into the actual review now. So, first, let's look at the tape on this side. So that we can open this up, hopefully. Oh, wait, no, there's another piece of tape at the top of here. And there's probably one at the bottom. Yeah, there is. There's a lot of tape on this. Then we can hopefully just pull this out. There you go. And we're going to take a closer look at the background of this like kind of cardboard thing to actually see a bunch of stuff back there. But first, let's cut the things out, which we got to untwist these. Pretty easy. Just gotta twist that for about a second. And then pop right on out. Then we should probably get this one next. Which I might actually have to do this one off camera. So I cut that off so we can take the vehicle out and the human figure out. Which, spoiler, the human figure's not that good. We'll get to that, though, soon. And there's just, you have to get this out, just I was going to save that for last. So, let's look at this background, which looks very nice. So, we have a theropod over here, I presume Allosaurus. And then we have an Archaeopteryx down there, and an Ornitholestes. Then, if you look in the background, there are some sauropods. And you can kind of see it cut off, probably Rhamphorhynchus or something like that. And then if we go over here, there's a Stegosaurus. And then it just kind of fades into this brown coloring. Not too crazy, but it's still just kind of nice. I might actually keep this because I kind of like how it looks. But anyways, let's get on to the actual figures. We're going to save the best for last. We're just going to start with the worst part of the set. The human figure. This thing is kind of hideous. If you can see its face, it looks literally squished. Not too good. And just to compare it real fast to a human figure from Mattel, there is a big difference, honestly. This thing is kind of ugly. I don't know what I'm going to do with this guy. Now, let's move on to this, which is the cage, which I think actually has some smaller dinosaurs in it, which I don't know how to open it, but we will be able to figure that out. Oh, it seems to open from the bottom, possibly. Or does it open from the top? Yeah, oh, okay, it opens from the top. You gotta pop this out. Which, this cage should be a nice addition. But then it has a bunch of baby dinosaurs in it. Let's take a closer look at these. We have this Ceratopsian with a ridiculously long tail. Then we have a small theropod. A Tyrannosaur. A sauropod of some sort. A dromaeosaur, probably Deinonychus, and a Stegosaurus. Nothing too crazy, but at least they look better than that human figure. And all I can say, this cage is actually kind of nice, honestly. I wish I had, like, Microceratus from Mattel, or Mattel just makes another Microceratus where I could put it in here, and it would be, like, this cage could be nice with Multicene, though I do have to say it doesn't sit flat for some reason, because it has these little peg things at the bottom, which is really weird. Now let's move on to the main event, sort of. So you can see, here is a vehicle, which has a wire holding in the main dinosaur of the set, which, trust me, this dinosaur is very interesting. Though, yeah, this wire is being a little bit tricky to cut, but yeah, there you go. We got that. That should be all that's keeping it in. We'll move the vehicle out of the way. And we get to this hideous Dilophosaurus, which I'm pretty sure is a bootleg of the Jurassic Park 3 Dilophosaurus. The legs are warped. It literally has only 2 toes for some reason. It has a sail on its back. This weird tail. Very weird. Also, I think the sail is supposed to go up a little bit further or something. I really can't tell. Because there's a little... Yeah, it goes up a little bit further, so it looks like this. Yeah, this thing is very hideous. I don't know what I'm going to do with this abomination. I'll find some use for it. Now let's get on to the actual reason I bought this set. Most of these other things I did not buy the set for. I bought it for this vehicle because it looks very nice and reminiscent of some of the Kenner sets. But, yeah. First, it has this giant claw on the front, which you can lift and kind of move around a bit. And I think you're supposed to, you're supposed to be able to use a little this little thing up here to be able to open and close the claws, which works decent enough. Then I don't think you can really move out of the way, but here's the front of the vehicle. Wheels move pretty nicely. Then it has a giant cage on the back where you can put dinosaurs in, and where it opens down here. So you can actually load the dinosaurs in. And yeah, the doors don't open, unfortunately. And in fact, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not too much to this vehicle. All I could say is this will be nice with some actual Mattel figures and other dinosaur figures. Like, for example, I have over here an Atrociraptor, which you can just put in here, and it fits in here very nicely. Also, a Mattel human figure, which I just realized is actually open from the back, since the doors do not open, so you probably would have to put a human figure in this way. But yeah, you can put a human figure in right here. And then just, since this does look like that one vehicle from the Lost World, I might as well go grab a Pachycephalosaurus, of course. And then you can just open the claws up and grab the dinosaur. And the claws don't really move anywhere, they just go side to side, they can't go up. And they don't really go down. So you can kind of just grab the dinosaur, and it grabs it decent enough. You can try to get the dinosaur, you can say you sedated it. Then you can just load it up in the back of the vehicle. Close the door, hopefully. And boom, you have your dinosaur captured. Which, this is a very nice vehicle. The one complaint I do have to have with it is this back part. I know it has this little spot up here for the tail to go through if the dinosaur's too big, but honestly, I think it would benefit from having a material sort of like this, so the dinosaur's tail could actually fit through it if it's, for example, a dinosaur like this where its tail is very low, or even an Atrociraptor, which the Atrociraptor actually does fit in there, I did not notice that. And, yeah. I'm not going to do a size comparison to the rest of the stuff, but I will do some size comparisons with this vehicle, which you already saw a human figure and a Atrociraptor, but now let's compare it to a few other things. So first, here's it with the Hammond Collection Tyrannosaurus, which this pairs up with nicely. The colors go very well. And of course, the T-Rex doesn't actually fit in here, like, at all. You cannot even shove it in there if you wanted to. But you can still have it paired with it, and it will look very nice. Next, let's compare it to, kind of a random one, Jurassic World Pentaceratops, the largest Metaloceratopsian that I own, at least for now. That's definitely not a hint for a video that should be coming out soon, but anyways, this figure is pretty big, and I wanted to see if it would fit in here, which it actually doesn't really, but I think you could probably shove it in there a little bit, like especially if you load it from the back, have the head up. Yeah, it actually does kind of fit in there, though I don't think this is a really natural thing, and also it makes it very back heavy. But I will also go get another medium-sized theropod for this size, but before I do that, let's load up Cheese, which Cheese fits in here good enough. I don't think realistically they put an animal this big into a vehicle like this, but he does fit in there reasonably enough, so yeah. And again, it still does make it top heavy. And just for we have one more size comparison, let's compare this to Yanchuanosaurus, which is a medium-sized theropod, and it does fit in here. The Penta doesn't really too much since it has 4 legs, but the Ankylosaurus fits in here good enough. So yeah, I'm just gonna take this guy out. That's pretty much it for this review. And is it worth $14? I'd say possibly, just because Mattel hasn't quite made a vehicle like this, though they have made one very similar to this recently with the Dinosaur, so I'd maybe wait till that goes into clearance and it'll get around the same price. But yeah, the plastic isn't horrible. It doesn't look like it's gonna break immediately, though I would not recommend like throwing this. I think it would be perfectly fine if you threw it reasonably or dropped it. And also the action feature isn't not the best, but just seeing how this thing's made, you could probably actually take this claw part off if you wanted to, but I don't want to break it trying to find out. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Before we go though, these are hideous. I don't know what I'm going to do with these.